Battle for Dreamland has had 5 seasons, but ever since the BFDI 9 tour, the Han twins confirmed the season 6. So today I'll be going over 20 BFDI contestants that I think should join this season. First contestant we have is Golf Ball. This is a pretty controversial one for sure, but I'll just say, Golf Ball is such an iconic figure to the BFDI franchise. She's always a key character and she's competed in every season. But I think I won't add her best friend, Tennis Ball, as we can see her interact with some different people for once. So yeah, Golf Ball's number 1. I will not be adding Tennis Ball because so many people want to see her interact with some different people other than just Tennis Ball. So yeah, Golf Ball's number 1. Now on to the next contestant. The next contestant we have is Pencil. Pencil is such an iconic figure to the BFDI franchise, and although she's the first eliminated in BFB, she still has more fans than haters, and she is just pretty loved in BFDIA, which is her peak season overall. So yeah, Pencil's number 2 along with Golf Ball. And I think it's necessary to not include her best friend match because she's also very iconic, but she had a lot of screen time and she had her chance to apologize to Bubble. And Pencil is just more loved than her in general. And we get to see Pencil interact with some different people for once. Next contestant we have is Fire. This is the most obvious choice, as he's the main character of BFDI, won the season, and he even starred in the original comics, which makes sense as he was the first character ever made. And I think Carrie and Michael would add him in the season. And yeah, Fire is number 3. Next up, we have Coiny. You might think it's biased since Coiny's my favorite character, but just hear me out. Coiny is such a iconic figure in the BFDI franchise. People are even saying that he should win BFDIA, which I agree with. And they also said that Coiny is their favorite character, not to mention how loved Coiny is. And I think the Han twins would add him for those reasons, just to give people what they want. Plus, I know in the community that Coiny is people's favorite character, like I said before. And yeah, Coiny's number 4. Now on to the next one. One more thing about Coiny before I go into the next character. People also love Coiny's energetic and savage personality, so that's another reason on why he should be in. Now on to the next contestant for real this time. Number 5 is a character we all know and love, and that is Pin. There isn't too much to know about Pin other than she's really loved. People are even saying that she should win Teapot, and I've been saying majority Teapot my ways of Pin winning the show. Again, this is not biased because Pin is my second favorite character. I do think that Pin would be a perfect contestant for an all-star season, so that she can have more screen time with Coiny, see how she should do on her own. And people also love her heroic leader gag. And yeah, she's just overall loved. A lot of people have been claiming that Pin is her favorite character. Heck, Carrie even said that Pin was his favorite. So I think they would add Pin in the series. Also, yeah, one more thing to say. So many people are saying that Pin should be in season 6, a lot, maybe too many. So yeah, that's it for number 5, and we're going on to the next contestant. Peace. The next contestant is similar to Pin, not pun intended. We have Needle. Needle is such an iconic figure to the BFDI franchise. Yes, I've said that reason a lot, but she is really iconic. People are even saying that her peak season was BFDIA. People are even talking about her lullaby to Puffball, and yeah. People are also saying that she's good in Teapot. Heck, a person said that she was good in all seasons, and one of the creators said that Needle was fun to write. And yeah, that's another reason why I think Needle should be in season 6. And I also saw a lot of season 6 videos of Needle being in it, and they had pretty valid opinions. So here's one of them. One of them is Needle's underrated and honestly deserves more screen time in Teapot. That is correct, but I wouldn't call her underrated. Exactly, more well rated. Again, this is not biased since she's my 4th favorite and she's in my top 5. But yeah, we will see Needle's more time to shine, although she did have her time to shine at BFDIA. So many people are also saying that she should be in season 6, just like Pin and Coiny. And yeah, that's all I have to say for Needle. The next contestant we have is one of the OG finalists, and that is Bubble. Lots of people would want to see Bubble again, and people would want to see her interact with Pencil again. Again, people also think that she will be an enemy to Free Smart. Well, mostly Pencil. I mostly agree with this actually, and I would want to see Bubble again in the season, considering the fact that she is so loved. People in BFB post-split call her annoying and whiny, but I think she's the opposite of that. And plus, she's one of the OGs. I would want to see Bubble again, and so do others. She's also really cool, and I think she would be an enemy to Pencil, like I said before. And I think they'll have like an arc together between Bubble and Pencil. And I think Pencil just try everything she can to vote her off. Plus, I could see her working with Fiery and Leafy. Speaking of Leafy, she's up next. Before we go on to Leafy, I just have one more thing to say about Bubble. People love her Yoyo Cake gag, and people think she's just funny. So that's another reason why I think she should be added. Next up, we have Leafy. Leafy is one of BFDI's most iconic faces, and I could see her working with Fiery and Bubble in an alliance of some sort. Probably an OG Finals alliance, but yeah. And I could also see her actually being nice to others, like not faking it. And she can also be like her BFDI self. Her broken reputation can be fixed, and she can also be good for once. And she can be friends with Fiery for a whole season without them having any arguments overall. So yeah, that's Leafy. Anyways, next contestant is gonna be pretty controversial, but whatever. Next up, we have Flower, from first boot in BFDI to winner of BFB. Flower is a really good contestant for an all-star season. Although I don't like Flower, well, I still think she'll fit in an all-star season. And I could see her working with Fire, Leafy, and Bubble in the finals lines. And yeah, that's all I have to say. But one more thing before I stop talking about Flower. Flower can interact with some people and she can actually be friends with them. Although, because she's nice now. And yeah, now we're going on to the next contestant. This might be a wild pick, but it's Lightning. Lightning would be a perfect contestant for an all-star season for me. And although he wasn't in a lot of the season 6 videos, just hear me out. Lightning didn't really have his time to shine. In BFB, he left to go to Teapot, and Teapot got eliminated in Teapot 7. You stupid little Teapot 7. But whatever. Lightning would be good for an all-star season. I could see him interacting with some different people, with a lot of people, like Fiery and Coiny and maybe Needle. Yeah, that's what I think he would interact with. But yeah, now on to the next contestant, because I have actually nothing else to say for Lightning. Another contestant I would like to talk about is Ruby. Ruby is my least favorite character, but that's besides the point. I could see her working with Fire, Leafy, Bubble, and Flower in the OG finale alliance. Although she is an OG, I think they'll still accept her either way. And I could see her comforting Bubble and telling her to stand up to Pencil for avengement. And other than that, I could see her and Bubble actually interacting more, because they didn't really get to interact much in BFB, despite being on the same team. Yeah. And I can also see her interacting with some different people, such as Coiny and maybe Pin. Maybe Ruby and Pin could have like some rivalry. And don't even think Pin forgot about Ruby stealing her body. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Ruby. Next! Another contestant I'd like to talk about is a fan favorite that's gone early and is actually Robin. That is Puffball. People usually like Puffball for her aggressive and competitive nature in Teapot. She's also very loved, but in Teapot she got eliminated early. BFB, people didn't really care for her, but I could see her in Season 6 having like this big, massive improvement. Maybe give her some more screen time, and I could actually see her working with Fiery, Leafy, Bubble, Flower, and Ruby in the alliance. And yeah, and I could also see her interact with some different people for once besides Fries. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say for Puffball. The next contestant is a pretty odd choice, but I decided to add him anyway, and that's Tree. There isn't too much to know about Tree, but I think he'll be more independent now that he's out of death packs, and I think he'll like be more energetic in challenges and actually be good at them. He's also very smart, and he's very strategic in Teapot as well. And I think he would also be in the season because, yeah, he's just like really liked overall, especially by some viewers. He was even most saved in Teapot 7, and I think he would also be in the season because like he would also do great in challenges. He's a great strategist, and I could see him working with some other smart characters such as Golf Ball. Anyways, now it's time to add the next contestant. And before we go on the next contestant, I could see Tree and Golf Ball forming an alliance. Now on to the next contestant. Number 13, who I wish to add, would be Taco. Taco would be really good for this season. Maybe give her some more screen time. Maybe she'll go back to her strategic and competitive self, like she was in pre-split. And I could see her joining the alliance between Tree and Golf Ball, and I could see her being friends with them. And I could see them actually helping each other in challenges. And plus, I could see Taco being like more strategic and more independent. And I think she'll also sabotage challenges and be the leader of the alliance, since that seems like what she would want to do. And I overall think that she will just be really fitting for this season. She would be really good for an all-star season. but it's pretty disappointing because she only competed in one season and she hasn't really had her time to shine. Anyways, it's time for number 14. Number 14 is someone who is really liked, and that is Penn. There isn't too much to know about Penn. Actually, there is. Penn is a really liked character in Teapot, and I don't think it would be necessary to add his bros, Eraser and Blocky, so that he can do on his own for once and actually connect with some different people. And he can actually be friends with Corny and Fiery. And I could see him forming an alliance with them. Well, maybe not an alliance, maybe like something like a friend group. And I think they'll like help each other in challenges. Penn would actually have more time to shine. He'll actually be more independent. And I think and although he's really liked, I think he would become even more liked if he was more independent. Maybe be like his BFB self, but even better. And I think there would actually be a reason to why he's so liked. And although I like Penn, I think he deserves to be more liked because he's so underrated. I don't get it. I think he deserves to be in the season, and he can actually have time to shine. Number 15 might be a good choice, and I think it's going to be Ice Cube. Ice Cube has had a lot of ups and downs, plus her downfall in BFDI 4, but now she's liked again. She's actually a good character. People have been saying that she's their favorites a lot, maybe too many. Yeah, I also like Ice Cube a lot. She also would be fitting in this season, and I think she would be more independent without Book. I think she would also be good in challenges and try to sabotage someone like Leafy and Pin. And I think Ice Cube would do on her own for once. And I think she'll actually do pretty good in challenges. She could sabotage. She could get revenge on someone like Leafy, Pin, or Fiery, and maybe Corny because of BFDI 6. And yeah, that's all I have to say for Ice Cube. Number 16, we have 4 more. Number 16, please. Another contestant that I think would be great for an all-star season is Woody. I think Woody would have a pretty great redemption arc. He was great in pre-split. He was good in post-split. Not as peak as pre-split, but whatever. Woody would have a ton of time to shine without Blocky, and I could see him becoming friends with Penn, Corny, and Fiery, and they can all be in a friend group together. And I also think that Woody would do more. He would face all of his fears, and I think he would do pretty great in challenges overall. I think he would actually be liked, and I think he'll actually get a redemption arc from BFB Pro Split, and I can actually think that he'll be a good character for once. He's always been in BFB Pre Split, but whatever. I also think that Woody would have a ton of friends, and it'll be pretty popular among the contestants. Not like loser popular. That's not what I mean. Anyways, we're on to number 17 because this is getting too long. Actually, no, number 18. Number 18 is Nickel. We haven't really seen Nickel's time to shine, so that's why I think he'll be added. Plus, Adam's in the team, so I think they'll add him because Adam would want them to. Plus, Nickel is really good in the series. He has heaps of fans in Teapot 6 especially, and maybe some fans in Teapot overall. BFDIA, he's losing fans. BFB, he was good. And Teapot, he hasn't really had his time to shine, so that's why I think they'll add him. He's also really underrated and honestly deserves more love. He's also really cool and just a chill character. I also think that he will interact more with Coiny and Pin and Needle, and I think they'll try to reform Wall Bunch, but I don't think Balmy will be in the season. Sorry. That would give Nickel some time to do on his own for once, and we can see him connect with some different people for once. Maybe he can join Golf Ball, Tree, and Tacos Alliance, but I don't have anything to share about that next. Next is number 19. Next up, we have a very annoying character with a very annoying voice, but I just have to add him anyway, and that is Loser. There isn't too much to know about Loser, but I think he'll finally lose his popularity and get karma. I think every contestant will lose interest in him. Yes, even Fiery. And I think they'll just try to focus on their own game instead of just focusing on Loser. And that'll just leave Loser to the question to find out what to do. And I think he would gain an arc that would just be stupid, because he would start to lose fans after people would find out what he did to Winner. And yeah, that's what I have to say for Loser. Anyways, now on to number 20, aka the final contestant. Another contestant I'd like to talk about is Winner. Winner would be a perfect contestant for this season because we can see him interact with Loser again. And I think Winner would tell the other contestants that Loser actually betrayed him and that he didn't want to be famous and Loser just forced him to. And I think that would lead the contestants to hating Loser. And I could see Winner having some sort of arc with Loser, like continuing from Teapot 10. And I think that Winner would have some more fans. And I think they would actually appreciate Winner more after being unappreciated in Teapot. I mean, he wasn't unappreciated in Teapot, but like in the early episodes he was, even after all the challenges he won for them. Anyways, yeah, that's Winner's reason. And now it's time to show you the 20 contestants that made it and some contestants that I considered but didn't make the list. Now on to the list. What do you think of the cast? Should I change it? Do you like it? Make sure to let me know in the comments. Now on to the people that didn't make it. These 6 were so close to making it, but they barely missed out. Here's the reasons why I didn't include them. Book would be a good character for TV kids, but I think Ice Cube would be better on TV. Delta was a runner-up, but I think he would do better in the season, but I think he would be good flowers. Fly, no reason. I just think Papa would just stand on her own without Fly. Next up we have Teardrop. Teardrop's story already ended in Teapot, so is there a to adders? Ballooning. Robbed in BFB 18, but I don't really see any other need to add them, sorry. Lollipop. She was so close to making it. She would have been a good fit for this cast, but she isn't as popular as the final 20. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe, and overall, watch my other videos, talk to me, or anything you want. And I hope you have a lovely day or night, and peace. Thank you so much for watching my content. I really appreciate it.